Randy McKee here with Soccer 605, and I'm here in the bleachers with Coach Tony Harrison from Rapid City. You know, Tony, I've been trying to catch you all summer to kind of talk a little bit about that wonderful SWAT team you put together now that you're starting to step away from coaching a little bit more. So, first of all, thanks for being with us.
Oh, you bet. Thanks for having me, Coach. I always enjoy my time with you guys.
You know, we look back on, you know, I was looking at some old pictures on the internet the other day of you and these little girls with orange and black uniforms with polka dot socks, and I mean, that's been a long time ago when you started that team.
Yeah, I started coaching some of those girls when they were in the U7 bracket, so 6 years old. 5 of them I coached from the time they were 6 up until now. They're all turning 16 this year. So some of them I've had for 10 years. 8 and 6, you know, as I moved up the scale, they jumped on the team. But I was so blessed to have just the greatest group of kids to coach, and girls that were just so much fun. And they were fun off the field and on. I love watching their lives as they grow up.
I have seen some players come and go off that team, but really the core of that team has been together since that very first year.
Yeah, they have, you know, a number of them. A lot of them go to Stevens High School. A good chunk of them go to Central, and then one goes to St. Thomas More. And she was out here today. She played for STM today, and yeah. So I mean, I think that was part of their success, was because they saw each other year-round, either against each other or with each other. So they're always working and training with the best kids out there, and that was fun to see.
You always had a lot of activities for those kids, and you always, you know, took them around and spent a lot of time with them. Over that amount of time, you get an opportunity really to develop some real meaningful relationships with those kids, and not only that, with their families.
Right. You know, I totally agree, and I think that was part of it was the girls. I told them from day one, you don't have to be best friends. I don't care if you like each other, but on the field you'll play together, and off the field you'll treat each other with respect. And I think that helped. And as for the families, I'm going to tell you, some of those dads are my best friends, and some of those moms are, you know, my favorite soccer moms. You know, birthdays, we go to birthday parties together and dinners together and hang out together, and I do miss that as much as anything, is the parent side of it.
Do you think you're going to be able to stay retired?
Well, you know, I don't know. You know, I've been asked if I would be willing to help out, and you know, as you know, I'm refereeing a lot more now, and I'm enjoying that because, quite honestly, it's a whole lot less time, and you get paid a lot more than you do when you're coaching. I never took a penny when I coached. I never got paid one nickel for coaching, and I was happy to do it because I love the game and I love the kids. Refereeing, I'm gone a little bit less. I make a little bit more, and it keeps my wife a whole lot happier, and that seems to help. But we'll see. You know, I'm going to sort of think a year or so.
Well, one thing I noticed, you when you were coaching, you got paid a lot more compliments than reffing. Yeah. I mean, if that's your only payment, yeah, that's important then.
I got a lot less. I got more five finger waves back then than I do now, so that's all right.
One of the things that, you know, as you have a team through a lot of time, you got a lot of opportunities to teach them life lessons, and I know, you know, knowing you as well as I do and as good of friends as we've been, that's really been something that's important to you. And along the way, there's been a few things that really brought up those opportunities, I guess, for lack of a better word, to lay the life lessons in there.
Yeah, you know, we got knocked down quite a few times. Our team, that team, was founded on the death of the 2 officers in Rapid City. And I will never forget the first time we brought that team together, the team name was going to be either RC Fusion or Fusion Football Club or something, because we're merging 2 Rapid City teams together. And the girls that obviously knew me best came and said, we want to be soccer with attitude, and we want to have a law enforcement theme because of Nick and Ryan and the guys that I worked with. And so the girls created the name, and you know, so I remember walking down the street at Ryan's funeral and Nick's funeral, and they're lining the streets with the signs, thank you. And that's something you can't teach. And then of course we had the death of one of our dads early last year, in February of last year, and that crushed our team. And the young lady, Ashley, whose dad it was, you know, she came to the team and said, listen, things can't change. We got to play hard. We're going to play hard for my dad. And that was the year we won the state tournament back in 2013. And Ashley to this day is just one of my favorite kids, and all the girls are. But I'm so proud to have seen how they've grown and matured over the last several years. And they are ready for life. They've been through some crap. and they can handle it.
I remember one training session I ran right after that, and I didn't even realize it, but I remember making a comment saying, you girls are as quiet like you're at a funeral. And I remember how quiet it got there for a few moments, but you turned even that into a positive thing.
We did. We talked about, after the death of John, we talked about that there's going to be words like funeral and death and dads and I hate my dads that we're going to have to learn to deal with as a team. And so we talked about it within a couple of weeks of John's death. We talked about, you're going to hear some things that are going to be awkward. And that was one of them. And if you recall the day that you said that, all the girls looked at me and I looked at Ashton, and Ashton started smiling because she was ready. And that's the kind of stuff as a soccer coach I believe we're here to do. Get kids ready for dealing with the real stuff in life. This is just a fun game we get to play while we do it.
It's this is the reward we get for training and being together, is being able to get out here and play. Well, chances are there's going to be a young soccer dad somewhere watching this and just getting his U7 kid started. What kind of advice do you have for that dad?
Here's what I'll tell you. If you come into the game, you don't have to know squat about coaching. I had never coached in my life before I started coaching my daughter. And it's not that I'm a great coach by any means. It's that I had good kids and we worked hard on life lessons as well as soccer lessons. But I went to the basic U.S. youth soccer trainings, the E license, and I went my D license, and I just learned. And I had some great mentors. I mean, you helped me out a ton. Coach Brian Pitts helped me out a ton. Coach Joe Berger. I mean, all kinds of guys in Rapid City who I've learned from. Josh Valder, Rich Holt. I mean, all kinds of guys that I worked with who taught me how to be a good coach. And I'll tell you, if you come into the game with the passion for the game and you care about the little kids first and everybody else second, you'll find yourself successful. And so for those dads out there, man, just give it a whirl. And don't worry about parents and referees and anybody else. Worry about those little kids and let them have fun. If they have fun, they're going to learn and they're going to have fun.
And hopefully they'll have a wife as cool as yours that lets them do it.
Yeah, my wife is the best. How she hasn't killed me, I don't know. So I love her to pieces.
Well, and everybody who knows her does, and me included, So, well, Tony, I really do want to thank you, and it's no secret. I mean, I wrote an article a couple years ago about you belonging and showing that you do, and it's not just because your team won a state cup or did so well at regionals representing the state, but it's you belong as a person who we all should aspire to be as much of a leader and as good a leader as you've been, not only for your kids but for your community.
Well, I do thank you for that, and like I said, I was lucky. I'm probably a mediocre coach that I kind of got the name recognition along with the team, but those girls were the best. And I think you and your wife and Soccer 605, I mean, you guys are awesome. They're the front line of everybody, and I'm just a lucky dude that gets to be a part of it. It's been my pleasure to be a part of it. I'll be around. Fitness too.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Tony, thanks again for being with Soccer 605, and I'm sure we'll be catching each other down the road.
Thanks, Coach.
Best to you, my friend.